What is up, fellow nerds, and welcome to Not Your Status Quo. Tonight, we are talking Fallout Season 2, Episode 3. But before we get into all of that fun, Doug, how's it going today, sir?
Well, Keith, let me tell you, I am okie dokie. I've been waiting to talk about this. Oh man, this show just keeps getting more and more fun, and I mean, I'm loving, digging into it. The theory brain has been cranking out some cool stuff that I'm noticing, and to be fair, I could be completely overthinking all of it, but I'm having fun either way. But before we get into all of it, Keith, how are you doing?
Well, Doug, thank you for asking. I am tickled pink because things are rosy, especially with this show.
Hot dog.
And for those of you wondering, Dave will be joining us shortly. He had a drive home from watching his favorite football team lose tonight.
So, would you say that he had to crawl out through the fallout?
He most certainly did. Heyo! But let's talk a little Fallout. Dave will join us when he gets here.
Mm-hmm.
But it starts out with another little flashback, which they have all been very good and relate to the episode, which we all enjoy. And what's his name? Oh my God, can't remember.
Cooper or Thaddeus?
Yeah, Cooper.
Okay.
Cooper is at an event for his buddy Charlie, who he served with, at a veterans thing, and he is approached by Robert House, kind of questioning where his loyalties are, if he's a communist pinko or not. And, you made a really good point.
Mm-hmm.
How do they not, if this guy is a millionaire, owner of Robco, how are they not recognizing him? Is he that not elusive, but
Well, I have another answer for that. I think this is actually intentional because I was looking at all of the extra clips that they've got on Amazon Prime, and I noticed that there's a couple of little animatics, little things to kind of add on to the show. And there was this one, I think it's called Welcome to Robco or whatever, and it's basically an animation talking about how Robco works with all of these other corporations in the world of Fallout. And when they get to a line where they say, even our esteemed CEO, Robert House, and then they show a picture that's blurred out.
interesting.
Instead of showing an actual photo of either one of the actors. So, I think this is intentional. That's why everybody was wondering, how weird it was in the first episode. Why did they show us two Mr. Houses? The original thought was, oh, they just replaced the actor, no big deal. No, I think that this must be the one that went to Vault-Tec. Might actually just be a body double, a stand-in, somebody who's more public-facing. And I think the one that we've been seeing scattered throughout the episodes, I think that might be the real Robert House, and nobody actually knows what he looks like.
And I guess we'll find out. It is interesting to kind of see them handle this and how it's all going. But he does say something a little bit ominous before he left. And he did say that they will meet again. Does he know that...
Oh, go ahead.
Well, does he know that the one lady, Moldaver, kind of asked him to go with his wife to New Vegas and spy on him? Do you think he has that inside information?
I'm pretty sure because, oh, hey, look at that. Who do we have there?
It's me. I forgot my closet door was open. I just came out the closet.
Yes, you did.
And we are so proud of you.
Yeah.
Now you're ready to go beat Vecna.
What's that?
Now you're ready to go beat Vecna.
Oh my God.
Well, real quick, before we continue talking about Fallout, Dave, how are you doing?
Well, Doug, I am fan-freaking-tastic. I did watch my Bears lose to the Lions as I knew they would. If it seems like it's a must-win game, I still don't feel like they can win it. But that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about this excellent show, Fallout. Which
Now,
I
how many
watched
times did you watch it this time?
just twice. Just
Ah.
twice.
Well, just to catch you up where we were, Keith was kind of catching us up, talking about the flashback scenes, talking about how Cooper is at the Veterans Hall. He's there to, watch the award being given to his friend. And we were talking a little bit about his encounter with possibly Robert House in the bathroom. We're still not totally sure if that's actually who it is. And he was he didn't seem to know who he was talking to in the bathroom. Keith brought up that that's a little unusual. Well, why is that? Why do we not how is he able to just walk around in public, go into a veterans hall and approach this person? No guards, nothing.
And the thing about it, him not recognizing him, is that he said earlier in the show, in just minutes before, what's his friend's name, Stone Feather or something like that. He was like,
I thought his name was Charlie.
Charlie's his last name though. His last name is Stone Feather.
Okay.
Or something like that. But
it's a Native American name.
Yeah, and he's like, well, she wants me to kill him, and he didn't recognize him in the bathroom. So does that tell me that that's his brother? He's somebody else, or did he know who he was and he was just playing it off?
See, I personally, I don't think Cooper recognized him. And I was telling Keith that I was watching some of the extras that they've got on Amazon Prime. If you move over to the next section, and one of the things is a little welcome to Robco animatic. They do this whole spiel, talking a little bit about the company, and then they even go to a section where they say, as our CEO, Robert House always says, and then they give like a quote from him, but the entire time where his picture should be, it's blurred out. So I think this is intentional by Amazon. I don't think they're saying that anybody knows who House actually is, what he actually looks like.
So as far as we know, this guy is still just somebody testing out their software or hardware.
Yeah.
Well, he's testing out his hardware with people's software.
Yes. Can we download this onto you? Well, okay,
oh man,
sugar bum.
Keith, you also reminded me of something when you're talking about Moldaver asking him to do all of this stuff. Before he even goes to the Veterans Hall, he walks in on his wife in the kitchen, Cooper, and that was a weird moment, at least to me. I mean, because you can tell clearly at this moment, Cooper and his wife, they're on rocky ground. Whether she knows what he knows or not, I don't know. I don't think she does yet at this point in all of our flashbacks, but he clearly is
not on board.
Well, obviously he wouldn't be on board with her company, nuking the world, but I don't know that he's still in love with her, because he's watching her essentially have a breakdown, packing up children's toys and, memorabilia into this tiny little case, trying to cram it all in. And, these are our memories and this is our baby girl. You can tell that a lot of what she's doing, she thinks she has to do to save her daughter and save her family. Cooper's not feeling it. And so he's like, oh, yeah, that sucks. Anyway, I got to go do this thing for a friend.
But once again, it all makes sense because we know at some point he doesn't know where his family went.
Yep.
And it would have, if there weren't tensions between them, it wouldn't make as much sense. All of a sudden they disappear. There's a rift building between them, and it's probably going to keep growing as we learn more and more about in the past. And it's going to make sense. So he doesn't know where they are, and he needs to hunt them down.
Yeah.
Maybe that's wrong.
So I
Needs
love
to find them.
I love when they show this kind of stuff because, in my opinion, and I know we've said this a couple of times, these flashbacks that they're showing us, they add to the story. They build this world out, and they deepen the character development, in my opinion.
It seems like he is more of a rounded figure on the show than he is in the game. The Ghoul, that is. Is that true?
The Ghoul's not
He's not in the game.
Yeah.
The
This
Ghoul.
this specific character, he was
there's
made for the
ghouls
show.
in the game, but not this guy. No, not this guy.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh,
There
yeah.
wasn't a guy with a hat with a just like he's got. This guy's completely created for the show.
Yep.
Okay, but they did have ghouls anyway.
Oh,
Yes.
God, yeah.
And
Yeah,
they
they're-
had
they're
ghouls
like
that
zombies.
were ghouls that were feral and ghouls that were like Cooper,
Just
where he still has
regular
his
dudes.
brains and everything. Yeah.
A lot of the stuff we're seeing on this show, though, and I don't know. I know you want to go to the next step, but is stuff that like when it comes up, I like, yeah, I can see that happening in a video game, and it's written that way, and it still fits into the show. I
Yeah.
think it's actually
And we will be talking about that in a little bit for sure.
right on.
Because next we see Lucy in the present day, captured by Caesar's Legion. They
Whoops.
execute the woman.
Kaiser,
Yeah,
Kaisers.
You're
I
not German.
love the argument.
But they
Well,
execute the
Charlie
woman.
Culkin being silly. That's what he really thinks it says.
Just the stares that they're looking at her like, are you serious? You saw that we cut this woman's head off, and you're gonna lecture us about whether we're historically accurate? Okay.
Well, they don't even realize, like, what is she talking about? Because she even offers, she's like, sees the woman who brought her back get executed because she lost her Legionnaire. They're kind of big civil war. There's a note on the, we just can't get
In
to
the
it to see
pocket.
who it actually was. I'm like, okay, this is just silly. This is hilarious, which would be a Fallout thing. And then, of
Do you
course,
think she felt like, why did I save this lady if they were just going to chop her head off? Do you think she felt like that?
That's why I said in our last review, why did she go back? Because she was wearing slave rags.
Yeah.
and I mean, Lucy
tried
was
to-
nice enough to offer her services on conflict resolution, and they still crucified her. I mean,
Yeah.
come on, Caesar's Legion.
a little background for those of you that are watching us that doesn't really have like the background knowledge, doesn't really know much about the games. To be fair, to
To be fair.
be technical and whatnot, Lucy is actually wrong about that. The guy who founded Caesar's Legion, or Caesar's Legion, however you want to put it, he was the nerdiest character in the Fallout series. He started out as a member of a group called the Followers of the Apocalypse, and they were essentially people who retained knowledge from the past and attempted to sort of rebuild society. They had books, and they were teaching people how to read, and they had doctors and everything. They were trying to basically make sure that it didn't turn into idiocracy. But this dude was like, "Oh, hey, I'm loving all these books about ancient Rome, and I'm thinking a lot about the Colosseum and whatnot." And he's like, "We could do a religion out of that." So he takes off. He's like, "Hey, deuces, I'm gonna go like conquer people and do Rome again." And that's what he did. And so like all of the historical accuracy that he puts into it is actually true, including like the crucifixion, saying Kaiser, things like that. That's all. So yeah. But it is kind of funny that yes, now they can't determine who the actual successor to Caesar is. It also feels kind of historically accurate too.
It certainly does. And this is this going to be a turning point for Lucy? Is she going to, I don't want to say become a bad guy, but is she going to start hardening
Hardening up?
a bit and
She
becoming a
needs
little bit
to.
more like the Ghoul? What's up, buddy?
I really thought she had learned her lesson in season 1. I told you guys that I went back and over the holidays, I was rewatching season 1 just because, I was curious. Okay, there's a lot that I didn't remember. And at one point when she escapes getting her organs taken out, I thought, okay, she's finally learned. She's learned her lesson. And then we get into season 2 and she's all like, the golden rule. And it's like, oh, Lucy, no. You
How
can't
do you
do
feel
that.
about that golden rule now?
Right.
It almost seems to me like she's almost the player
Yeah.
in a Fallout game. Like you're trying to be nice, and these bad things just keep happening. And pretty soon you're just
And
gonna be like,
she's trying to do
F it, I'm murdering
she's trying to do a
everybody.
pacifist run.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah, she
I'm
definitely-
not going to hurt anyone.
I'm going to shoot him in the knee.
Right.
She's gonna take that as far as it goes until she just snaps, and then everyone's dying around her. She's gonna turn into Quentin Tarantino.
But I think this might be another step towards that surface world Lucy where she needs to be to survive. And
Oh yeah.
bad things keep happening to her when she tries to be nice, and you can only take that so much before you become like the Ghoul has told her all along. You're just like me, just less time on the surface.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of the Ghoul, we do see him cutting out that poisoned section of his leg,
Yes.
which was really nice. He ends up traveling to Camp Golf, which, for those of you who played Fallout New Vegas, know this is a huge NCR stronghold, and nobody's there.
Mm-hmm.
There's a
Little weird.
Securitron, yeah, who basically said everyone's gone, there's nobody here. The only NCR in the region is some rangers in the hill.
Mm-hmm.
And it sounds, when he first said it, I thought it was more than two.
Yeah. Now, something worth noting about that specific Securitron that is hanging out there, for those of you, again, who are unfamiliar with the games, that is Victor, and apparently the Ghoul knows who he is. Says, hey, Victor, what are you doing here? And again, for anybody playing the game, that's a really good question, because Victor is kind of a unique Securitron. He was essentially like House's second in command. He was the Securitron that had the most autonomy and did a lot of House's errands. And it was because he was given this sort of cowboy, polite attitude that made him more welcome in a lot of towns. And in fact, the starting town when you first start off is Good Springs in the game. And everybody says, "Oh yeah, Victor, we love him. He's great. He'll help out with stuff. We'll see him rolling around. He don't cause no trouble. He's no harm. He is incredibly deadly, by the way. Just no spoilers. He can get very deadly. And
Now,
it was a little unusual to see him hanging out there.
My first thought when I saw him was, is he doing some spying for Mr. House? Is he going through some of their hacking their computers, going in there and getting information that because Mr. House wants all the information possible. That's how he runs Vegas. So I was like, as soon as I saw him, I was like, he's up to something there. And I don't know if the Ghoul figured it out and just didn't care, or
I think he knows to be leery of him, because the thing is, that's the other thing. You can't really trust everything that Victor says. You kind of have to watch his actions, because when he acts all folksy and like, and here I thought I was a soda machine for a couple years, it's like, did you though? Did you really? I don't know about that, Victor. You're a little bit smarter than that. well, button my bottles and whatever else. It's like, what? No, I agree with you, Keith. He's up to something. I don't know what, but the fact that he was hanging out there at the NCR, and the fact that there's only two of them left.
Is there after? Well, I'm jumping ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
Well, after that, he ends up going to find the Rangers that are out in the hills. And there's only two of them. They've been separated for 20 years, which that's a huge change. Not change from the game, but a huge event that post-game, because the NCR were not. They were strong in New Vegas. So after the bombing of Sandy Springs, it seems like they are falling apart in this area. And that's kind of huge. I mean,
they were essentially like the biggest governing body in that area, in California, in the Mojave Desert. Like they had expanded so far. They were essentially, you could consider them their own country. And in Fallout New Vegas, they had even developed their own currency. So not only could you use bottle caps to trade for goods, you could use NCR currency as well. They had grown that big.
And they were really keeping the Brotherhood at bay on the West Coast.
They were.
And we should have known, because the Brotherhood is expanding on the West Coast, and we've seen the first two seasons, that it makes sense that the NCR is in decline.
Yeah, you bring up a good point. I forgot to mention that in our last breakdown and review. In the game, the Mojave chapter of the Brotherhood of Steel, you could play the entire game just about without ever encountering them. They're hidden so well. They're down in their bunker. They don't come out for anything, really. They'll send a person out here and there to trade for goods. but they're barely even doing their mission of going out and collecting technology, just because the NCR beat them down so bad.
And of course, the ghoul refuses to help the Rangers who want his help. And instead, he goes to the Legion to rescue Lucy. And he does so by letting them know where those Rangers are. And of course, they obviously have had dealings with the ghoul before, so they must trust him a little bit and know he's kind of a mercenary. He does what he says. He gets Lucy, and he ends up setting off some explosives inside the camp, which got the two factions kind of fighting each other again. We're seeing, we'll probably see one Legion come out of after his actions, but gave him time to get away, and I'm assuming go back to the NCR at this point and try to figure out if they know where Hank is, or maybe not. I keep thinking he's going to go back to them, but because at first I was like, oh man, I can't believe he sold them out. But then it's like, okay, he gave me the information, but he also blew up the camp, not the camp, but
I
set off an
wonder
explosion.
if they're going to figure out that it was him.
I believe
I don't
so.
know. They didn't seem like the sharpest knives in the drawer.
They really didn't. But I love just the I don't know if irony is the right word for it, but I love the storytelling device. I love the fact that he used that lighter that his friend gave him 200 some odd years ago to do it. He was still carrying it with him. And I think that's true of a lot of things about Cooper Howard, that he is still carrying much of the past with him. And I think that lighter is really representative of that, because we go back to that to the flashbacks that Keith was talking about earlier, where the entire thing, the reason why he's there is an award ceremony, and it is such a sad, depressing award ceremony. And it really goes to it again, it adds to the world building that we've got in the world of Fallout, where the current state of the US government is not really quite there. Like, everything seems to really be run at the end of the day by corporations. They're kind of the ones in charge. So you've got this like congresswoman who clearly doesn't want to be there, has no respect for many of these people, and the award is, and thank you for risking your life in Alaska. Here is a lighter. Have a nice day. It's like, really?
Yeah, and I loved her speech where she just like I admired her ability not to be frazzled by dropping all of her cards and looking like a buffoon up there. She just didn't care whether she looked like an idiot or not. She just kept talking.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That takes a certain level of professionalism to not lose your cool like that.
I wasn't sure if it was professionalism or just not giving a shit.
It could be that too.
Maybe a little of both.
Yeah, maybe a little both.
I'm getting elected either way. Who cares?
Right.
But I did think it was revealing that the ghoul was willing to. He obviously has a relationship with the Legion, at least enough that they don't kill him on sight or anything. Maybe because he's a male, but he was willing to risk that a little bit to free Lucy. So he hasn't said it, but it seems like he definitely knows he needs her. Maybe he respects her a little bit. Maybe because he sees himself in her, and she just needs to get some of that good wasteland hospitality like she got with the Legion to realize that she should be more like him. But, I mean...
No, he did say right before he went in there, when he was talking to the dog,
Yeah.
he says, oh yeah, I hate her too, but I'm going to need her later on.
Right.
That's what he says.
Also, I love how the only thing that he seems to truly get along with and be friendly with in this whole wasteland is dog meat. I love it. It's great, just because like when he's laying there trying to dig out the poison out of his thigh, he's having this full-on Ship of Theseus conversation with dog meat, like, I suppose if I carve out a bit of this, is it still me? Is it not? Who knows? It's like taking a board out of a ship. But you know what I'm talking about. The dog's like probably licking its balls, like, yeah, sure, man.
Well, I loved it that he said to the dog, because I thought maybe he was talking metaphorically to the dog, but he said, like, you're the only I haven't had anybody worth talking to in such a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought maybe he was talking about Lucy, but no, he was talking about the dog.
He's talking about the dog. I don't think he really cares. I think he sees right now anyway. This might change, but I think right now he just sees Lucy as a tool, a means to an end. I think he's probably, this is a theory, but I think he plans on, or at least he's thinking he's going to trade Lucy for information from Hank.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
for his family.
Yeah.
You can have your daughter if you tell me where my daughter is. 100%
Yep.
think that.
Yep.
But do you think we're going to see, because we've a lot of the flashbacks have been Cooper Howard. Maybe he has a run-in in the past with the Legion of some kind, or at
From
least
200
someone
years?
from the Legion, because I know he's there pre-war in the Legion forms after the war. But maybe he has a run-in with some of the people who go on to form the Legion, or we'll see flashbacks later on that talk about it, because he seems to know enough about him, and I don't know if they're going to, flashback to reveal it all. He could just have dealings with him that we're never going to find out. But with how much they're actually showing in flashbacks each week leading up, I wonder if we'll get something on it. We could get flashbacks, much like Davis talked about how Arrow did it, and each season you'd see different times in flashbacks. So we could see post-war, he's a ghoul, but it's 30 years ago, and he has a run-in with him, so he understands him and why he hates him, or maybe he even killed Caesar. Who knows? He didn't, because we know who killed Caesar.
I would like something like that, but the reality part of my brain is saying we probably won't. I think Bethesda and Amazon even maybe, I think they're afraid to get into game timeline territory too much. I don't know. I'm betting that they're going to be their reasoning is going to be like, we don't want to dictate to people, what storyline played out in the game or what ending was canon or anything like that. We're going to sort of leave it just vague enough that we can still tell our story, but we're going to let you figure out the rest. Because whenever they do that, whenever they do decide on something that this is the way that it was, there's always going to be a pushback from the fans. We saw that when they released the game Fallout 4, which showed us, what had happened to the Brotherhood of Steel. And so they had made a decision. This is what happened. This is a canon ending from Fallout 3. And they had made that decision, and fans were upset. Like, well, the way I played my game, I killed them all. And it's like, okay, but if you want to continue the series, some decisions are going to have to be made.
They couldn't make a game and say, okay, what was your ending? And now
Right,
we're going to base
exactly.
this entire... They would have so many branches of code and everything else.
So I would love to see them do that. I really would love to see them dive more into, because, yeah, Cooper basically interacting with all these different factions, the NCR, the Legion, all these different people know. The fact that Victor knows who he is, we know that he interacts with House at some point. I would love to know more about that, as far as, like, how his interactions went, how he knows them, whether he was on friendly terms with all of them. Did he come across the courier from the game?
Yeah. That would be nice. And then, now we have
He
to
has
wonder
it.
about...
Oh, good.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say he has been around for 219 years after
Yeah.
the bomb. He's got a lot of stories to tell.
Oh, yeah.
And I'd love to see him.
We could have a spin-off series, just Cooper's time in the past.
Yeah. Shoot, give me a graphic novel. Let's go.
I would be cool with that, too. Or give us a game where you get to play as him.
Oh, yeah.
Giddy up. But, we might see, because obviously the
Uh-oh.
Legion, the two factions are fighting again. And I wonder if we'll see splinter groups. We'll get like a more fundamentalist faction. We'll maybe get a kind of a reformist faction, and maybe like a warlord type faction or something. We may see Caesar's Legion break out into different factions that may come into play later on in this series, and maybe even in Fallout 5.
One of the Fallout Facebook groups that I'm in mentioned that some of the advertisement has been different in other countries. And I did not save the post like in a tab, so I don't remember which. I think it was Portugal, but I'm not positive. They said that one of the advertisements that they had played, they were talking about the three main factions that were going to be present in season 2, and they had specifically mentioned the Brotherhood of Steel, Caesar's Legion, and the Great Khans. And I thought that was a little unusual because they're not really a big faction from the game. And yeah, we saw them, for a brief moment back in Novak. That was who Lucy was shooting at from the dinosaur.
Yeah.
But, so I thought it was a little odd, and it makes me wonder, you know, and what this person was suggesting on Facebook was that maybe they're also going to be a lot bigger at this point in the timeline than we realize.
Especially with the NCR and such decline there. Maybe the Great Khans have risen up. That would be interesting.
And Dave, just so you know, the Great Khans, they are just another one of the tribes that kind of formed after the war, and they are mostly known for drugs. They create and sell drugs. That's essentially their whole deal. Oh, and they wear horned helmets.
Spice trade.
Yes.
Yeah. There you go.
And then we're back at Area 51, where we see that the Yosemite Elder refuses to take part in the rebellion now that Paladin Harkness has arrived. Yes, the envoy from the Commonwealth. Yes. And Quintus is trying to use the story of the Brotherhood founder and the Brotherhood's righteous beginning and all that, and she just is like, I don't get in for that religious mumbo jumbo. So his little civil war is starting to fall apart, and it seems like they're just at this point probably going to turn over the Cold Fusion to the Commonwealth because, Quintus is like, we can't win without all these other people. We don't have a shot. But Xander decides to take Maximus out on a little flight for some fun with his things, and, they end up...
Don't leave out the reason Maximus went, because he was treating him like a son up to this point, and then he gets in there and has a meeting, and of course he's in the meeting, and as soon as he speaks up, he's a dim-witted fool. That would piss me off too. I would probably go with Paladin wherever he wanted to go as well.
Yeah, he definitely.
Also in his defense, I think he was giving the answer that he thought they would want to hear because his entire life in the Brotherhood has been violence. The last episode we saw, he was looking to the Elder like, "Hey, do you really want me to do this? You want me to I'll beat this dude into the dirt, but yeah, you do. Okay, cool. Violence it is." So, up as far as he knows, that would be the route that they go. That's what they're all about. And so for him to be like, I could just kill him. Like, to him, that probably sounded like the right answer.
100%. But then we see once he's off with Xander, and he's like, oh, you can use he's like, I'll get my power on. He goes, oh, you can use my backup set. You got a backup set?
Right.
And then he sees the super sledge, and he's like, oh, wow, this is cool. And they end up, killing a Securitron together. They're kind of wandering, finding areas to take care of as the Brotherhood.
Yeah. And I like that. I like that little addition that they've got in the Vertibird. This thing that, I had to pause so I could actually look at the panel, and they literally do have this little detector that's pointing out any sort of abominations. And oh my god, I love that. He's like, oh, we've got 2 robots. We got to land to kill the 2 robots. That's the big deal. And it's like, okay, this is fuel, but okay, we got to go kill 2 robots. All right, let's do this side quest.
Well, and it's almost like Xander showing it off to Maximus, too. Like, he's like,
yeah.
Look what we got. You guys don't have it. We can just fly around and find abominations and take them out and have some fun. It's...
Now, he says something while they're in the Vertibird, and it confused me, so help me make sense of it, because maybe I'm not understanding. So on one hand, you can tell that, again, Xander's really trying to, pull him in on their side, like, hey, man, look, I understand they're treating you like garbage, and, the Commonwealth, we're big dogs. Hot dog! We're hot
dog!
We've got all the power. Like, you just commented, I've got a backup suit of power armor. Who else can say that? We're big, we're powerful, and if we have to come and take the artifact, it's not going to be good for you. But if you give it to us, well, there's a promotion in store for you. And then on the other hand, he goes, and if we don't get that artifact, we're not gonna make it much longer, and the whole Commonwealth is gonna fall. And so it's like, okay, are they big, strong, and powerful, and can they take out the rest of the Brotherhood, or are they barely holding it together? Which is it?
I took it as they're barely holding it together, and that was a moment of honesty he shouldn't have revealed to Maximus. The other was him like, give it to us or it's going to end badly for you. He's either trying to figure out what would work with Maximus to get him to turn it over, or he accidentally said, "Yeah, we're barely hanging on." I shouldn't have said that. No, we'll come crush you. So I don't know, but I think we will find. Obviously, we're probably going to find out how powerful the Commonwealth is here in a little bit, but we won't jump to the end yet, even though
he trusts his judgment. I don't know if he should, if you know what I'm.
Yeah.
Well, then he spots another little abomination, and they land, and it's Maximus's old pal Thaddeus, and he is running a bottle cap.
I
assembly
loved
line.
This whole part of the story. I love the fact that, and I told you guys that just watching the opening flashback and showing the the last time we saw Thaddeus led me down this whole friggin' rabbit hole. But yes, I love this story that he's making a life for himself and he's helping out these kids by giving them some employment and.
We're 12 hours into a 20-hour shift. Let's get it going here.
Can we have some water, sir?
Just drink the soda.
What's the matter with you?
Oh man. But yeah, I get why. Like, I mean, jackpot. Like, for him to have stumbled on a factory of all these soda bottles that nobody else has managed to uncover. That's like printing money essentially, because as we know in the Fallout world, bottle caps, that's currency. And so yeah, get these kids to unscrew a couple of soda bottles, and we're raking in the dough. And I do like how he's really cheerful about it, and he's just all like, and he's got, I love the chant like, and remember, what do we always say? Kids are usually dead by now.
Yeah.
It goes. I love it. I'm just like, good for you, Thaddeus. All right. Running a child's sweatshop, but that's okay.
He's keeping it positive.
Right.
And of course, Xander shows the Commonwealth's opinion of ghouls and anybody that's really not human.
Abominations.
He's putting all of the ghouls on one side, all of the real kids on the other, and honestly, that was Maximus's breaking point. I think because of his friendship with Thaddeus before, he kind of understands these aren't necessarily abominations. And we knew that previously from, who was his buddy in the Brotherhood? Hark or something?
Oh, Dane.
Yeah.
Dane.
We know that he was used to mock their things and stuff, but he was kind of getting built into it. And now he's right back where he was with his old buddy. He's like, I can't believe you're just going to slaughter these kids. I don't care if they're ghouls or not. And we're going to see him breaking away from the Brotherhood, which would make sense because I've always thought he's going to meet back up with Lucy at some point and be traveling with her. A fallen knight of the Brotherhood as a companion wouldn't be a bad thing in the wasteland.
Keith, that sounds like an amazing band name, Fallen Knight of the Brotherhood. Damn. But no, I love that. And so this is what I was talking about, Dave, where they do pull the things directly from the game. Keith is absolutely right. Absolutely right.
No, absolutely.
But yeah, no, Keith is right, where this is exactly how the Commonwealth is displayed, the Commonwealth Brotherhood of Steel. This is what they're like, and it's just kind of been, at this point, it's a running gag, if you will, that they're essentially they're armored fascists. That's all they are, because anything that isn't human, they destroy. So that includes robots, that includes ghouls, mutants of any kind. Anything that they don't see as human, they eliminate without prejudice. And so for him to go up and say, oh, come on, man, they're just kids, but they're abominations. And he's saying it like, aren't you seeing what I'm seeing?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is the reason we're out here, is to get rid of these abominations.
Mm-hmm.
Codex is very clear on this.
And of course, Maximus does take somebody out, but it was Xander
Yeah.
Yeah.
with his super sledge.
With his super sledge. Oh my god. Just the crunch. Oh, that was beautiful.
I
Oh man,
actually
that's
thought, yeah, I thought he'd have a bigger part than that, but what are you gonna
Yep, I did too.
well, we always have Eternals. Oh,
do?
too soon.
And probably Eternals too. Any day now.
Any
Yeah.
day.
Well, and wouldn't he be a great booster gold?
He would.
He's still supposedly attached to Booster Gold, so yeah, let's hope
Cool.
so. And maybe he needed to, couldn't film too long with Fallout. But, this makes sense for this show. We've seen that he hasn't always been a full, gung-ho member of the Brotherhood of Steel. And this was just too much, especially with his friend running it. Once again, we see his friend in season 1. He turned, we find out he's turning into a ghoul. That's all set up, so this makes sense in part 2. It's not just some ghoul he has no history with. Everything they write is for something later on, unless it pans out that season. I think that's why I like this show so much. It's just so nice, and we got so much this is leading into. Is he going to... He's got a Vertibird, and he's got a set of
Backup suit of power
two,
armor.
two sets of power armor. One helmet's a little messed up, but and now with he could work with Thaddeus, and he's got caps. He could do whatever he wants. Is he going to go back to the Brotherhood? Are they going to figure out, like, if he doesn't go back, then I'd be, where did those two go? I can't believe something happened. But if he goes back and says, yeah, I killed him, all heck could break loose, unless what he told them about them being, on the edge of decline and maybe not make it without the cold fusion. Maybe the Brotherhood is really weak out east, and this is going to be the West faction, whatever Quintus's faction is going to be the center of the Brotherhood after this, because it's Commonwealth. They can send one paladin out to try to act tough, but they just don't really have it anymore because we don't know what's happened since Fallout 4.
That's true. Again, we don't really know what they're going to pick and pull from the games, what they're going to decide is canon or not. Spoiler for the now, almost 12-year-old game, 15-year-old game. When did Fallout 4 come out again? Anyway, it's been a while. If you do play with the Brotherhood and you do go through, up to their final ending, they end up building a giant communist-hating robot that throws bombs and shoots lasers from its eyes. So, if they've decided to go with the Brotherhood,
GI robot.
Yeah, they've got a giant robot.
GI robot.
Oh no, it's sure a gigantic version of him. Yeah, but he just stomps around and he says, better dead than red. Will now destroy communist scum." And he's throwing nuclear bombs, shooting lasers out of his eyes, like just indiscriminately at anyone and anything in his way. And he goes by the name Liberty Prime. Yeah.
Okay.
So if they do decide to go that route, then the Commonwealth faction of the Brotherhood has their hands on this robot, and that could be really bad for the rest of the Brotherhood. And maybe that's what they need the power source for. Maybe that's what they need cold fusion for, because that was a huge game thing that you had to do when you're playing Fallout 4. If you want to side with the Brotherhood, you actually have to go and find them a power source and almost kill yourself with radiation trying to get your hands on it.
And this really lets us, either Civil War is going to start with the Brotherhood forcing, Quintus's hand, and Commonwealth comes in because they killed the envoy, or we're going to find out that nothing's going to happen. He came out and
because they don't really have, yeah. There might not be anything left of them. It really boils down to who ended up winning at the end.
Yep. And it could be because right now we see Caesar's Legion kind of fighting each other, And if this does start a Brotherhood civil war, I mean, that's pretty much, maybe that's where the great cons come in. Brotherhood is killing Brotherhood. Legion is killing Legion. NCR has like 2 people left, pretty much. They're decimated. Yeah. Maybe this is where the great cons rise. Or we're not going to see a civil war with the Brotherhood, and they've been hinting at it. But we are going to find out that Commonwealth just isn't that strong anymore. And then maybe that's Quintus, bringing these factions together under his leadership. Now, do you think Maximus is going to go back to the Brotherhood? Do you think he's going to become a fugitive? Is he going to steal the Vertibird and go find Lucy?
I watched the preview for next week's episode.
And skip a header person.
It played next. So if you want to hear what they show, I can go ahead and talk a little bit about it.
Yeah,
or if you'd rather be...
I thought I watched it too, but I don't remember now.
So he does go back to the Brotherhood, and he's got Thaddeus wearing the other guy's power armor. He's got Thaddeus wearing Xander's power armor. And the funniest part is they decide to go into the cafeteria. Nobody is in their power armor. And everybody's, they're all sitting at the lunch tables, and they're all eating, and he comes stomping in. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Yep, it's me. My name is Xander. I'm Xander. I'm just here to have some lunch. I guess I'll just stand. Like he's not gonna be able to sit in that thing. But I think at some point they're obviously found out, because then later on they show that Thaddeus ends up he is in the same room as the Ghoul. So I do assume they do meet up with Lucy and the Ghoul. I don't know when or where, but I've got a theory about Thaddeus. I don't know that he's a Ghoul.
Why would
we saw
I know. But hear me out.
Okay, let's hear it.
And this goes back to what you were talking about with when we first come upon Cooper in the hospital. He has to dig out that poison part, right? And he has to lay there and wait to heal up. But what do we know about Xander when he took that chemical?
He just healed right up.
He instantly heals.
Yeah.
Which is not something that ghouls do. They need radiation to heal. He didn't have any radiation around him. When he got shot with that arrow, he instantly healed.
You said Xander.
I mean, sorry, not Xander. Thaddeus. When Thaddeus was shot with that arrow, instantly healed. After he pulled out, and that's why he's like, oh. So, here's what I think. I don't think he's a ghoul. I think he's another creature from Fallout that we haven't really heard much about so far. At least not in this show. And that's a centaur. Do you remember them?
A little bit, yes.
They are heavily mutated humans that have been given the FEV virus, but it did not turn them into a super mutant. It just mutated the rest of their genes. And eventually they break down into this sort of monster creature with like their arms and legs all over the place, and they completely lose their mind. And they look like some sort of creature out of a horror movie.
He's a demigorgon?
What'd you say, Dave?
He's a demigorgon?
Basically, yeah. He's just a monster. And another one of the scenes that we saw in the trailer for the season is, he pulls down his shirt at one point and he shows another mouth on his shoulder. Again, not something you typically see of ghouls. So,
I like that.
That's my theory. I don't know if I'm right, but I don't think he's a ghoul. At least, if he is, he's not a normal ghoul. He may be some new breed of it. But honestly, I'm leaning more towards I think he's actually a centaur.
That makes sense. I mean, because we did see him heal right away without any radiation, and that is not how Cooper heals. So he's definitely not a ghoul.
They made sure to show us that, and I feel like that had to be for a reason.
Yeah.
Unless I'm overthinking.
I do think it's interesting that Thaddeus would go back to the Brotherhood to help Maximus. I mean, they got a good gig. He's got a great gig with that bottle cap plant that, like you said, nobody knows about. You run into that in the game, you're like filling your pockets and shooting everybody to make that money. and
Oh,
no one
yeah.
else knows of it. So, are they going to find out that Thaddeus is Thaddeus, and the Brotherhood's going to go investigate that place? And is this going to
Could
push
be.
Max further off?
But yeah, I'm thinking this is again, I only watched the preview. I don't know what's actually going to happen, but I'm assuming they're going to go back to the Brotherhood, probably get found out right away because seriously, stomping around in power armor in a cafeteria, yeah, they're going to be caught sooner rather than later.
He would be better.
And they're probably going to have to make a run for it, and most likely that's when they're going to catch back up with Lucy and the Ghoul.
Yep, and that makes sense. And now the two things that we didn't see this episode, we didn't see any more of Hank's chip experiments.
Thank God.
I think when we see it next, Dave went through the whole process of him, testing and going through. I do think the chip, he's going to perfect it. And that may be the central point getting near the end of this season, what everybody's after. The NCR may think, hey, this is going to help us come back into power. Obviously, Mr. House probably wants it for his own reasons, but the Commonwealth, Quintus's Brotherhood, any Vault-Tec survivor, anybody would want to get their hands on this. So it may be one of the most sought-after, pieces of technology out there, because you got people under your own mind control. You have an army of, red shirts that'll do your bidding for nothing.
Red shirts. That's awesome because everybody knows what a red shirt is, even if they didn't watch Star Trek.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And then we also didn't see Bud's Buds. Which
Yeah,
I love
we
that
can see
phrase you
Norm.
coined for
I
them.
was thinking Norm wasn't on this episode. They must be setting up that town you're talking about.
That's what I'm thinking.
So next episode, we'll see the montage of them being, most of them being slaughtered out in the wasteland, and then the rest of it will be them building, their town.
And what song are they going to use for that montage?
Oh, it's got to be something silly or let's see. What was the song that they played?
Little atom bomb, I want her in my wigwam.
I think it's going to be that you got to put one foot in front of the other, put the other foot down. You know that song?
Yeah, it might be. That's a good call.
One of my favorite moments from the previous season was when they were walking along that those train tracks of that bridge with those the two fiends on the other side. Okay, we're going to put our hands up, and as they're crossing each other's paths, they're playing a song called "Ladyfingers" by what is it? Herb. Hold on. What is it? It is Herb Alpert and the Tijuana Brass. Which they're also the ones that do 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 do. So I feel like they need to play some sort of music like that. I think that would fit the situation. Something, kind of lighthearted to match with the goofy things that are probably going on. I assume maybe a giant living plant will eat one of them, maybe.
We can
Little Shop of Horror.
Yeah, yeah.
And we still have not seen a Deathclaw this season, and we know that's coming.
Oh, yes, that was another thing in the preview, by the way. And this is another thing that got the internet really upset. And I kind of chuckled at this one because, it hasn't been stated one way or the other, but they showed in the preview a flashback of Cooper in the war. And he's wearing his T-45 power armor. And what does he see coming at him but a Deathclaw? Pre-war. So the implication is that somebody developed the Deathclaw specifically for warfare.
Interesting.
That's not outside of the reality of the show when they create their own nuclear problem just so they can fill their vaults.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Now, the reason why I say that there's a bit of controversy around that is because in Fallout 4, it is implied that they were created pre-war. There's an area that you can stumble upon where it's a laboratory where they're essentially creating brain robots like Bud, only they remove all of their memories. They're called, Robo-Brains. Simple name. They're called Robo-Brains, and the idea is they were taking all of these criminals, of course, and they were pulling the brains out of their heads and putting them into robot bodies. But the other thing that they were doing in this lab, they had these X-ray images up of death claws. So the implication has always been there that they were created prior to the Great War. But again, it's got the internet up in arms, and I just laughed so much.
And it makes sense because everything else, rad scorpions. There were scorpions before the war.
Oh yeah.
Merclaws. Like, there was crabs before the war. Super mutants. There was humans before the war, but Deathclaw.
Oh yeah, the super mutants were created. That's actually, in fact, that's what we're told in this episode. The reason the Brotherhood got started was Roger Maxon. He came upon these scientists dipping humans into the FEV vats and turning them into super mutants. And if you actually go back and you play the original game, there's all these like old, holotapes and computers that talk about this, where he decides, I'm going to have to go, me and my troops were defecting from the army, and we're going to execute these scientists because what they're doing is wrong.
Was that in Fallout or Fallout?
Yeah, the original game.
Oh, wow. Never played the first Fallout.
I have not played it either, but I've watched enough YouTube videos on it. I didn't really have a very powerful computer when that game first came out. The only games that I really played back then were Heroes of Might and Magic and some stuff like that.
King's Quest.
I don't know what King's Quest is.
Oh, really? I played that on my the IBM PC Junior. That's how old that game is.
Interesting.
Yes, we're old, folks. Thank you so much.
But if Fallout, the original Fallout, probably would have been right up my alley had I even known it existed. But I did not. The first Fallout game that I ever played was Fallout Brotherhood of Steel for the PlayStation 2. Terrible game. Do not recommend.
Yeah, first game I ever played was Fallout 3. And I instantly
much better
loved it.
game.
Yeah,
Very much recommend.
Fantastic. It was so good. But we got so much, coming. We got the 4th episode coming up in a couple days.
Oh, I can't wait.
We got to find out how what happened is going to affect Lucy. So, is Maximus going to become a fugitive? Is he going to become a revolutionary? Maybe with all the stuff that happens, they build him up and he takes control of the Brotherhood. Who knows? See what happens with the Legion, the Brotherhood Civil War possibly, Hank's experiments, the NCR remnants. And then the last thing I wanted to talk about, Mr. House. It seems like everybody, we don't know about the Great Khans yet, but the NCR is barely there anymore. Caesar's Legion is about to fight each other. The Brotherhood in the area might start a civil war. This could almost be Mr. House's plan to gain power in the region. If Brotherhood's fighting Brotherhood and the Legion is fighting the Legion and the NCR is already pretty much gone because of whatever Hank possibly did in Shady Sands, that's all more for him to grab power. And I think that's kind of where all this is leading. All these groups are getting decimated by themselves, all at the request of not at the request, but all part of Mr. House's, main plan to gain power.
It's all part of the plan.
If you think about it, like from his standpoint, he's probably sick of trying to rely on other people. So he's like, fine, I'll do it myself. Get them to fight each other, then he doesn't have to deal with them anymore. Speaking of which, I was looking up some videos of gameplay from New Vegas, and I never knew one of the options that you had when you if you decide to bring the what's known as the platinum chip. It's essentially a high-powered computer chip to Mr. House. One of your options is to eat it in front of him. I didn't know that was an option. I never saw that pop up during my gameplay.
I didn't take it to Mr. House when I played.
Oh, you didn't? Okay. I did it once. I took it to him once, and then he had me. I think I ended up like scrapping that gameplay because then he was like, "Good, now that you've done that, go eliminate the Brotherhood of Steel." And I'm like, "Oh man, really?" I'm like, "But like my traveling partner is one of them." I don't want to do that. And I'm like, all right, fine, whatever. So I eliminate them all. And then I lose her as my companion. And I'm like, damn it. So I guess I'll go pick up Boone back at the dinosaur where I left him. And then he's like, and now that you've done that, go and kill the president of the NCR. I'm like, really? Like, oh man, dude, you're really a bummer. I don't like this anymore. So I'm like,
You're
I
a
don't even
dark
want to.
cloud, man.
That's exactly how he talks though. Like through this game, he's like, I'm Mr. House. Go murder these people for me. And it's like, bro, I think I picked the wrong guy to side with. So I ended up like scrapping that playthrough, and then I ended up going through another one where, instead of giving him the chip, you keep it for yourself and you upgrade the Securitrons yourself. And you use one of the robots called Yes Man, and he is hilarious. He's exactly what you think he is. He just agrees with everything that you say, but he'll be like really sarcastic about it. That's a great idea. And by great idea, I mean it's terrible, but I'll do it anyway, buddy.
That's what
So I ended up going with that route. That's my favorite
power for
ending.
myself.
You did that too? Yeah. Honestly, to me, that's the funniest route to go is the Yes Man route. Because like then everybody is just, what is wrong with you, man? The NCR is all pissed, like, really? You made an idiot robot in charge? Okay, whatever.
Great. We were better off with Mr. House.
Right.
Okay, any other theories, thoughts?
I don't think I have any other theories yet. The only thing that I'm thinking is I need more context around the little bits that we saw in the preview for this week's episode, and I can't wait for it. It needs to be Wednesday right now. I need to watch it right now.
That's a Rick and Morty reference, by the way. Sorry.
I couldn't even hear what you said. You like whispered it.
Little bits.
Oh, okay, little bits.
Have some freaking food, you freaking idiot. I'm just kidding, man.
All right, should we rate this episode, gentlemen?
I think we should.
I'm
David?
there, man. I'm there. Let's do this. Okay, I'll start. Actually, what I felt like the first time I watched this show, the first time I went through this episode was, this is a setup episode. This is setting up for things down the line. It was kind of, the first time I watched it, I should say, it seemed like it moved along kind of slowly. Like by the time I got to the end of it, I said, is that part with the ghoul talking to the dog? But that wasn't this episode? That just seemed like so long ago. But the second time I watched it, it went a lot quicker, obviously, because I'd seen it and knew what was coming. But I liked the character of the ghoul, where we got his, Cooper. We got a little more depth. He's the most deep character on the show so far, I think. He's got a lot going on. He really likes that dog. He really did a favor. Like, I don't think Lucy realizes, like, even though he's not her friend per se, what he's doing for her. She just doesn't know yet, even though, she thanked him for getting her out of there. She just still doesn't realize how much of an asset he is. She'd be dead how many times over by now if he hadn't helped her, gotten her out of these situations. Overall, let's move out and take a look. All the acting is still top notch. Even those kids they had with the bottle caps, they did a good job. I was a little shocked, like I said, that I forget the actor's name, but Xander. What's his name? Keith?
Camille Ninjani.
Camille Ninjani. I really thought he'd be in it longer, and he was cracking me up, and with his smooth attitude. I thought all right, this guy's going to be a master manipulator and, do what he needs to do. And then now he's dead. So that's not going to happen. But that being said, I was compelled to watch the show twice. I would have watched it a third time had I had more time. It's still going up for me. It's still a really good show. I really like the way it's going. They're handling the flashbacks like they did, like we always talk about in Arrow. they're going to go back and make them relevant. And who knows if they extend past the time where the bombs dropped and we see a little more, Ghoul past the bombs, and see what his relationships are, like you were just talking about. And, I wasn't really offended by the music this time. I'm just playing. It's fine if it blends in. I think, and I don't have to think about it. Then it's top notch because, then it fits. Like if it's like in baseball or football. If you don't notice the refs, then they're having a good game, and that's what I think about the music in here, because I don't really like the '50s stuff. I did have a question. Like when I was watching, I was like, those bathrooms seemed more modern. Like when he was talking to
Mr.
Rocco, Mr. House, when he was talking to him in the bathroom, I thought, wow, that seems more advanced than a '50s bathroom would have been. But at the same time,
it doesn't actually take place in the 50s.
Oh, when does it take place?
It takes place in like 2130 or something like that.
Oh, so this show is supposed to be in like 2400?
Yeah, exactly. Like, I know it takes place like because the joke last year
It's
was
2077. I think that
2070. That's it. Yeah, the joke
When they
last
were
year was
back.
that Mr. House was born this year.
Okay.
Yeah. Now the
There you
reason
go.
why they play the 50s music is because everything kind of froze in time as far as the music and the arts go. The United States became a very war-filled nation. That was all it was all about. So no new music was really invented. They also never even invented the microchip.
And now there is no US, right? Because it doesn't seem to matter anymore. And the only thing that works, and even Macaulay Culkin did a great job. And I didn't think when I first saw him, I didn't think, oh, Home Alone. I didn't think that. I thought, well, that guy looks pretty cool. And then I realized it was him, and then I was like, all right, how's he going to pull this off? I thought he did a great job. He really detached himself, and he looks like he would be in that position, and that he was just, like not him as a person, but his character. He pulled it off as just smart enough and dumb enough to be in the position that he's in. So I liked it. I thought it was great. I'm still going to give this episode an 8. I think I've given them all 8s. I'm really happy with it. Like I said, not top notch like the Penguin, but very near that level.
yeah, I mean, this episode has been like all the others. Is it kind of a setup episode? Yeah, it's doing some things to set things up later, but it's doing them well, and it's making them interesting and intriguing, and the acting's great. I love the music. I will never not like this music because I still remember my daughter was young, and I was playing like Fallout 3 with my headphones on, and just listening to Galaxy News and all that music. So it was like me, it's like part of the game. It's like listening to that music and just loving it, and just everything about this episode. It's going in all these different directions, but I just trust that it's all going to come together and make sense. Whether it does or not, I don't know. But watching it, it just seems like they know what they're doing. And little things like I talked about, like Thaddeus from the first season, thinking he's becoming a ghoul and leaves the Brotherhood. And that's what Maximus and Xander run into. That's going to push him kind of over the edge to leave the Brotherhood, possibly. He might not have done it I don't think it would have hit as hard if it wasn't Thaddeus leading him. It was just a bunch of ghoul kids that he didn't have any connection to in any way. So I just feel like they've have this all mapped out. They know exactly where everything's going, and it just feels like a great time watching it. Like, it's one of those shows where I just, as soon as I turn it on, I'll watch it a second time to take notes and do little things. But the first time watching it, I'm just, phone is down, and I'm just loving every minute of it. I'm going to give this episode an 8.2. I think it's great. I think it's leading to even better things, and I can't wait to see it all play out.
So this is a little weird because I think I liked this episode more than you two did. I really, really enjoyed it. I pretty much liked every moment of it. Even the moments that felt like they were just being used to set up for something else. because for me it gave us a moment to kind of like catch up with other characters. Like I said, the minute that it opened up and we got to and you see Thaddeus pop up on screen, the frizzled hair, like the sunken eyes, and he's like just all happy-go-lucky, and it's like he found his place in the wasteland. Clearly, the Brotherhood wasn't it. And I like that he's like, even though he's running a sweatshop for children, like, I mean, they're all having fun.
Hey, they get
he's
free
like,
sarsaparilla soda.
That's right. Sunset sarsaparilla. But give me the blue star caps.
You know what? They all would have been dead by now anyway.
That's right. What do we always say? I love that. Oh my God, I was cracking up. And the other thing, like I said, I'm picking up on all these things, and it requires a couple of watches. And everything in it that I saw, things that were kind of like, in my opinion, helping me theorize, oh, this is what's going to happen. But just the things that kind of build to the story. I was talking about how the flashbacks add to the world building, add to the character development. I love that we're watching Cooper sort of change. We're watching him go from season one. He's pro-patriot. I'm a Marine Corps veteran, and I fought for this country. And now, we watch him like, maybe what was I actually fighting for if these companies are the ones actually running things? Like, again, we see that displayed when that senator or congresswoman is coming to give that award, which is a cheap lighter. Here's your Zippo. Thanks for helping us win back Alaska.
Doug, it's not a cheap lighter. It's still working all these years later.
That is fair. That is fair. It is. And it's a little bit of history from the games. It's a good thing nothing like this would ever actually happen in real life. But what kind of starts everything off in the games is we're fighting for a claim to oil. And, obviously the United States has to go to war with other countries in order to get their hands on these other oil reserves and take things that don't necessarily belong to them. In fact, they actually annex Canada in order to make sure that they can get... But again, would never happen in real life. That's why it's a video game. I liked everything in this episode. And something that I was going to bring up that I saw when I was putting together the thumbnail, I came across a still from the show, and I'm assuming it must have been from a deleted scene. And I almost wish that they had kept it in the show, but it showed, instead of Cooper supporting Lucy, on his shoulder and helping her walk out of the camp, apparently the original scene was him carrying her out of the camp. And I don't know, in my opinion, I think that would have added more emotion to the scene. He had just saved her. They cut her down from this cross, and he's gonna, get her out of the camp. On one hand, sure, it gives her a little bit more
damsel in distress.
Yeah, it would have made her more of a damsel if he would have had to carry her out. So I kind of understand switching it up a bit, if she's supposed to be the main character or the hero of the show. But it just, I don't know, the way that this still looked, she looked like she was completely passed out and he was literally carrying her out of the camp. I kind of would have liked to see that scene as well. But yeah, I liked catching up with Thaddeus. I liked the very proper, accurate display of the Commonwealth Brotherhood of Steel, calling everything that isn't human an abomination. Yep, you got it. You got it right. That is exactly how they are. So I like that they did that. I like that they got that right. I can't wait for the next episode. I enjoyed every moment of this, and I got to give it an 8.5 out of 10. This was spectacular, in my opinion. Great episode. Did not pick up my phone once. I ended up watching it 3 times.
And the sad thing is, we've all had time, because I watched it twice again for this episode too.
Oh yeah, we had time.
For all of you out there, the next episode of Fallout drops on Wednesday. We're talking about a Thursday night.
Thursday, that's right. We're
So
switching things up.
Watch it more than once.
Yeah. Oh man. Oh gosh, that's gonna be. Oh, I can't wait for it. Is it Wednesday yet?
It is. It is Wednesday. I don't know why we're still streaming. We've been on for 72 hours. We all missed work, but we're still. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it because we've been off a couple Thursdays because of the holidays, so we'll be back to that Thursday fresh after watching it. Hopefully, get a second watch in. But yeah, this is one of those shows. I honestly, when they first announced this Fallout show, I was like, they're not going to do it justice. And it is the best video game adaptation show that I can think of. It's awesome. So good.
You know,
so perfect.
I was in a similar boat as you, because when they had first announced it, I'm like, it's not going to be that good. The Last of Us is definitely going to be way better.
Oh, this is so much better than The Last of Us.
Hey, the first season of The Last of Us was really good. And then, like, the first 2 episodes of season 2, and
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. You got to go with their whole body of work.
yes.
Yeah.
It's weird. Fallout season 2 has been great so far, past the second episode. It's like don't they know they're supposed to drop off in quality after the.
We're supposed to kill Lucy in the second episode of season 2.
Crazy. Well, we got some news and notes from Marvel and DC. If you gentlemen are ready.
I am ready.
But once again, you guys out in the chat, let us know what your thoughts are. We're on this episode for, episode 3 of season 2 of Fallout. Let us know in the chat on the Doug scale, 1 to 10. It's all good. But now we got MCU news and notes. The first rumor is that Ghost Rider is 100% in Doomsday.
Okay.
And will not be played by Nicolas Cage, but some other actor who has not been announced.
I'm okay with that.
Yep, me too.
The fan cast that I saw was Ryan Gosling, but I'm sure his name is being thrown out from just about everything these days.
Ryan Gosling? Why would that be the fan cast? His head doesn't look like a skull. Everybody knows you can only have a good fan cast if you already look like the character you're going to play.
Right. So it should be Walton Goggins.
That's right. 100%.
There you go.
Now, here's a rumor that I don't quite believe. So I think we should play BS or not with this.
This is my favorite game. All right.
Damson Idris is going to be the Black Panther in Avengers Doomsday.
Who?
Oh.
I forget what he was
Who
in.
did you say? Oh,
Damson
I thought you said like.
Idris.
Oh, I thought you meant like Idris Elba. And I was
No,
like,
no,
what?
not Idris
Wait.
Elba.
Okay.
Damn.
Now-
I gotta look up who that is.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. But the reason I think this rumor came about, and it was by Majestic UCM, who I've never heard of before, but I wanted to talk about it because we had seen some Doomsday art, and it looked like him playing Black Panther.
I know who he is. I watched that show Snowfall that he was in. Yeah, he's a good actor.
I
have never seen anything he was in.
Yeah, I hadn't either. I didn't know who he was, but because they had artwork that looked like him playing Black Panther, I think this person is just kind of making this up. Not that I'm against Black Panther showing back up. Obviously with what happened to Chadwick Boseman, it's terrible. But eventually, hopefully, they recast T'Challa so we can get Black Panther back in the MCU.
Yeah, I mean, after Secret Wars, they were gonna have to anyway.
So
100%.
it's funny that you brought this up. This is spreading all over the internet now.
I know.
Just now.
Fandom Wire picked it up too. Weird.
You got Keith talking on Fandom Wire.
They heard me just say it, and then Fandom Wire is
and they
typing.
Yeah,
just
it's already
posted
got-
an article.
Their
Yeah.
stories
They already
are
got an
just
article.
them talk to text.
They're
of me
actively
talking.
watching and typing. Huh?
Yeah.
Hold on. Rewind it real quick. What did he say?
Make sure we get that accurate. Fact check it.
No, we don't have time to fact check. Just put it. Publish.
As long as it's first.
And then the next casting rumor, which we know and love, Aman Vellani will reportedly return as Miss Marvel in Doomsday and Secret Wars.
Cool. Good.
Makes 100%.
I think she's
sense.
great.
Did we hear anything about Cassie Lang?
We did not. But they
Nothing
do think
official.
that the Champions / Young Avengers are going to be back at some point. Now, this one, I was kind of hoping would happen. I still don't know if it's true or not. But Owen Wilson will return as Mobius in Doomsday. Now, that's
that'd be
Mobius,
sweet.
not Morbius, Steve.
Oh,
So, even though Loki ended with him going off to enjoy his life out of the TVA?
Yeah.
Okay, sure, why not? Uh,
He may have to be
at this
drawn
point,
back in
why
for
not?
whatever reason. Yes. I mean,
Iron Man is Doctor Doom. Who cares?
cats cats are mingling with dogs. It's crazy. We don't know what's going
You
on.
want to hear? You want to hear something really scary?
uh,
Somewhere out in this world, there's Jared Leto.
oh God, that's terrible. I'm gonna have nightmares now.
And I don't know if you saw, but Tron Ares will be on Disney Plus soon. I forget the date, but it's coming up soon. So we can all watch
Oh,
I
I
it.
can
they-
watch it.
Yes.
I'm so
And
excited.
and just when I was, just when I found out that there's a veterans discount for Disney Plus, well, forget that then.
Is there really?
Yeah, 25% off.
Is that of the cost, or do you only get 75% of the stuff on the channel?
No, that's off the. That's,
You'll get to see
that's
all the
off
shows.
the cost. The only thing is that it's weird how you have to go about to sign up. You have to get to the Disney Plus page through the PX page. So you go to the exchange website, look up Disney Plus discount, then you click their link, and then it forwards you to the Disney Plus page where you now get the 25% off. So it's a
Sounds
bit
like-
of a detour, but to me it's
You gotta
worth it
jump-
because it's
Yeah.
much
Gotta
lower.
jump through some
I
hoops to
added
see
it up.
that
Like
money.
the yearly price with the discount is 175, but the yearly price without the discount is like 225.
Definitely worth it. Definitely worth the
in my
jumping around hoops. And now we also have heard a little rumor / news that Benedict Cumberbatch is filming scenes they put for an upcoming MCU movie, which sounds like he might be being added to Doomsday. Which,
Sure,
yeah, I mean,
they've got 8,000 shares to fill. Why not?
it's going to
No,
be a
they're actually
7-hour
making.
movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're making Marvel 1602 is what they're doing.
I would be down for that. That'd be cool.
Actually, that was a really good storyline. Yeah.
At this point, if you go back and you watch like all of our Doomsday rumors, at this point, like all the different characters that have been rumored that are going to be in this, it's just going to be like, hey, what's going on?
Yeah. Hey,
Move on
look
to the
at
next scene.
Hey, look,
Oh.
there's some guy with a flaming head driving a motorcycle. See ya. Now, I was
Hey,
told,
is that Giant Man and also Ant-Man in the same scene? What's going on?
hey, is that Wonder Man? He'll save the day.
Oh, he just kind of disappeared in the thin air.
But Doug, I was told to remind you that you have a Doomsday rumor for us.
I do. I stumbled upon this while actually I was on TikTok because I got a notification that Not Your Status Quo posted a couple of shorts, and so I was on TikTok watching some Not Your Status Quo shorts, and it led to this one gentleman on TikTok, and hold on, let me bring his page back up. His name is Andrew Flack, and he also he goes by Flack and Coke on TikTok, and he had a really interesting rumor, and he prefaces this by saying, "Now this is a potential spoiler if it turns out to be true." And he says, but just hear me out. I think this is pretty plausible. And it sounded so plausible that I wanted to share it with you guys and also play another round of BS or not.
Okay. You said this is Arthur Fleck?
Sure, why not, Dave?
That's the Joker, isn't it?
It sure is.
In those movies, yes.
Right. So anyway, the theory goes that the entire premise, the reason why Doom is trying to stop these incursions, or what is causing these incursions, are children that shouldn't exist. And that is why they're focusing on all these different kids. That's why they show in that scene with Steve Rogers, he's holding a baby, and why they show Thor praying for his daughter. These are all kids that should not actually exist in the universe. And so he goes on to say, if we think about it, Steve Rogers, he went back in time and he had a child when he shouldn't have. He wasn't supposed to be in that time. He's a man out of time. And then we've got Thor, whose daughter was resurrected using the power of a celestial being. And so he's also thinking, and then now we've also got what is the Fantastic Four baby again?
Franklin.
Franklin Richards, who was not born in any universe. He was born while they were navigating away from Galactus into a black hole before they even got into their universe. So technically, he doesn't belong anywhere either. So they think what this version of Doom is doing is he's hopping from world to world to eliminate all of these children because apparently their existence is what is causing these incursions. And it's now going to be up to the Avengers and everybody else to stop him from baby genocide.
You'd think that would include Wiccan and Speed as well.
Yes, he pointed that out too.
The only reason I don't is because the post-credit scene in Fantastic Four, he seems to be talking to Franklin. And the fact that Franklin's powers in the comics, he can sort of create these universes. I think he's more wanting to use Franklin to rebuild his universe that was destroyed. I think Doom's, or Robert Downey Jr.'s Doom universe was destroyed in an incursion, and he's trying to bring it back. And I mean, maybe he'll need the power of these kids. I often, we know that Thor's daughter, has some part of eternity in her, and then obviously Franklin, we know through the comics
can create an entirely new universe.
Galactus was willing to trade eating Earth for Franklin, so why didn't you give him the kid? But it'd be interesting to see because they did really focus on Steve Rogers' kid. The only thing that's going to take out of that, the X-Men trailer, there's no kids.
Yeah, there is no kids in that one. I think he came up with this theory before that one dropped, but I heard it and I was like, that's almost plausible enough to, like, I could kind of see that being something that this potential version of Doom might do. And so I was like, but I don't know. So what do you guys think? BS or not?
I think it's BS. I don't think Disney would want Marvel to be having a villain trying to kill kids.
Baby murder?
Yeah.
I think Keith has a point. I'm going to call BS as well.
All right.
And then I almost forgot. There's one more Doomsday tidbit fun.
Ooh, okay.
There are going to be 6 trailers, one per week. We know the 3. We got Steve Rogers, we got Thor, we got the X-Men. 4 is supposed to deal with the Thing, the Wakandans, and there's supposed to be 2 more. So we're going to get one of these trailers for a trailer every week leading up to the Super Bowl, where we get the actual Doomsday trailer.
Okay.
And I don't know about you guys. From Doug's laughter, I think I can guess. But like these trailers do nothing for me. I watch Steve Rogers.
I don't care.
And I'm like, oh wow, Steve Rogers is returning. Never would have guessed that. Oh, hey, Thor's coming. No, I did love the end of the X-Men one, where Scott takes off his visor and is blasting, some giant-sized Sentinels. That looked pretty cool. But for the most part, it's like nothing too shocking.
Is that even going to be a major part of the movie? Or again, is it just going to be some scene that's off to the side and let's move on because we've got 8 billion more characters to fill the screen?
Yeah. It'll be, they had the X-Men in this Earth had a big Sentinel fight. It destroyed the Thing and Doom showed up. So yeah, I
think their marketing department and their advertising department is just like they're really full of.
It's overkill. Right, it's overkill in my opinion.
Yeah, totally.
By the time this comes out, I'm going to be so sick of hearing about it. I'm going to be like, I can't wait for it to be over.
This isn't coming out in May. It's coming out in December.
No. And I'm already tired of it.
It's not like how angry were people, especially me, who watched that entire chair reveal. It could have been 20 seconds long. Instead, they stretched it out for hours. They got a lot of people watching, and probably a lot of people who were not happy that they spent all that time just to see names on the back of the chairs.
Yeah.
And then we were all excited. Oh, my God, we're getting a Doomsday trailer in front of Avatar, Fire and Ash. Oh, it'll be worth seeing. And then it's these little teasers for a teaser that really doesn't show anything. Or
they're not letting it breathe. They're squeezing you with it, and it's not even interesting. I don't care that they got Steve Rogers holding the baby. All right, I'll see that in the trailer when it comes out. I don't need to see just that, and then say, "Well, Doomsday 1 year from today."
Yep, right.
I don't need that. I'm already hyped. You're not gonna hype me anymore with that.
No, if anything, and I don't know if this is doing anything to you guys, but for me, it's actually lowering my hype. They're de-hyping me every time they're, doing one of these teaser for a teaser stunts. I'm just like, okay, cool, guys. I know that it's coming out. I get it. Like, you don't need to keep doing this stuff.
And what we all really want. We've seen Steve Rogers. We've seen Thor. We've seen the Wakandans. We've seen The Thing. We've seen the Fantastic Four. We haven't seen Robert Downey Jr.'s Doom. Let us see what he looks and sounds like. That's going to be the thing. If that's the final one, I will be happy. And then, I don't know how much they're expecting.
What's going on? I'm Dr. Doom. Would you like a snack?
No gang signs. Okay.
Blueberry? Would you like a blueberry?
But it's so far out, and obviously, if they're going to keep this up with silly stuff for an entire year, the marketing budget is going to be out of control. Because they're doing so much already. 6 teaser trailers that lead up to a trailer during the Super Bowl, and they'll probably play the whole trailer during the Super Bowl and pay like $800 million instead of just a little tidbit and say, the whole thing's online now, guys.
Yeah.
But
you know what they'll do is they'll show 1/4 of the trailer in the first quarter, 1/4 of the trailer in the second quarter. Oh my God, if they do that.
Oh, Keith.
I'd find Fige and talk to him.
I know how we're going to see what Robert Downey Jr. looks like as Doom. The same way that we all found out about Palpatine in Rise of Skywalker. It's going to be a Fortnite skin.
That'll be perfect.
It's going to be something dumb like that, or a toy release that gets released too early. We'll be like, oh.
Somebody's going to say, somehow Doom returned, and be like, when was he ever here?
It'll be Moon Knight.
Did he get a chair?
He did not. No, he did not.
Oh, darn. What a shame. That'll be the next rumor.
Yes.
Moon Knight reported to play a major role in Doomsday.
We heard it from Not Your Status Quo.
He's already been recast because Oscar Isaac won't work with Disney.
Hey, good for him.
Okay, now we're moving on from Doomsday to a movie that's coming out before it.
Yeah?
So
Spider-Man?
MJ is going to have a new boyfriend in Spider-Man Brand New Day. And the rumor is it's an actor from Star Wars. And a lot of people are saying it's Amon Esfandi, Ezra from Ahsoka. But I disagree. I think it's Anthony Daniels.
Oh, yeah?
See 3 people.
Sure.
Well, it couldn't be Kenny Baker, I'll tell you that.
So, okay. Keith, thank you for the rumor.
Thank you.
I'm glad to find out that MJ is dating again. Good for her. Do you think, and this is a real question, do you think this is going to play any major... Is it going to really affect the plot of the movie in any major way?
The only way I could see it having anything, and the only reason it, I think, took off as a rumor is because a Star Wars actor was playing it.
That's what I'm thinking, too.
If Amon is playing a villain, because we got another rumor that we'll talk about first, and we can go back to that in a minute. There is a small group of villains in Brand New Day, and you won't believe who the leader is.
None of them will be Spider-Man villains.
Hint, he was a villain in Phase 4.
Yeah, okay.
Do you know who came about in Phase 4?
When did Phase 4 end?
Remind me.
Officially?
Let me just tell you that Hawkeye came out in Phase 4.
What, Valentina? Is she going to be the villain?
Who was another villain in Hawkeye?
Oh, Russian gang. The what do you call them?
Trust me, bro.
Yeah, them.
No.
Kingpin.
There you go.
Finally, holy moly!
Because
We have been begging for Kingpin since 2019.
now,
How
if
they
this is
work.
true, that would be fantastic. But
That would be.
it's just a rumor. Because I
It
went
better be a
through
true rumor.
all of the Phase 4. This scooper said it was a Phase 4 villain. It's definitely
Okay.
not anyone from WandaVision. Definitely not Zemo from Falcon and the Winter Soldier. It's definitely not Kang from Loki. Black Widow, no. Shang-Chi, not some dragon. Eternals, no. Hawkeye, we got Kingpin. That would make sense. Him, someone who's kind of the leader of a couple different villains. Spider-Man No Way Home, that was villains from everywhere else. Moon Knight, no. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, no. Miss Marvel, no. She-Hulk, no. Thor Love and Thunder, no. Werewolf by Night, I doubt it. Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, I really don't see anyone from that movie showing up in here. And then Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special. The only one that makes any type of sense here is Kingpin.
And now you've got a whole bunch of people from the MCU. One guy is breaking down, crying. Another one is making phone calls. Oh my god, we gotta get reshoots right now. They found out about the dragon thing.
Now, just so you guys know, we just got a comment on Twitch. Don't Eat Me Cows, Tolkien fan. Hello, nerds. How are y'all? We are tremendous, Don't Eat Me Cows. How are you? It has been a long time. I hope things are well.
Now, what kind of contract mastery would they have to pull off to get D'Onofrio into that movie? Movio. I said Movio. Anyway,
I think it would
he
just
would
be.
kill it.
I think it would be as easy as Marvel saying, "Listen, Sony, we want him in there. It makes sense. It'll be box office bananas." And they went, "Okay, yeah, it makes sense to us."
Sure.
And I still
we
think-
would love that. Can we use him in some of our stuff? No. No.
You cannot have a Boomerang or a Kingpin spinoff.
Aww. But we have this great idea to make a Sinister Six. Yeah, we know. We know.
And this does lead into my theory, and I hope it's right. Spider-Man Brand New Day has the hand. We're going to see the hand in Daredevil Born Again Season 3.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe we get that Daredevil Spider-Man in the movie post Brand New Day. But another rumor about Brand New Day. Boomerang is going to be one of the villains, and he's going to have a very comic accurate suit for Brand New Day.
Really?
Yes. That'll
Okay.
be interesting to see. I hope that's true.
Interesting. That's okay. Not quite the word I would use, but sure. Comic accurate, huh?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I would like to see that.
well, thank you. Don't eat me.
Oh, hey, look
cows
at that.
for-
Don't eat me cows.
Gifted a sub to Beaky B. Thank you so much, Don't Eat Me
Nice.
Cows. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you very much. We appreciate that a lot.
And we're glad you can't complain. That's all good. So, and now we're done with Spider-Man Brand New Day.
Mm-hmm.
So, this one made me laugh, but according to Daniel RPK, Marvel Studios is developing multiple mutant-focused projects for the next saga of the MCU.
Okay.
Is there anyone that didn't know that?
No, I mean, they've been hinting at that since, before Miss Marvel?
Yes.
If you have the X-Men and you aren't making mutant-based movies,
Seriously.
then you're wasting it. What are you
It's
doing?
all about that money. Trust me. They are going to, they're going to get their money's worth. Buying Fox, that couldn't have been cheap. I'm sure they're going to want to, make use of all these characters that they can.
Yep.
Do you think they'll hold off on Wolverine for a while, though?
No, I don't.
Oh,
Because we already know
no.
that they had a trademark for Wolverine established. But we know that we know they have a director for the X-Men movie. We
Okay.
saw that they have registered a trademark for a Wolverine movie or TV show, some project.
Sure.
And there's also a rumor that there's going to be a special presentation dedicated to the X-Men.
Good. Maybe it'll be sort of explaining how their universe works, because I assume it's going to be following the X-Men that we saw at the end of the Marvels. That would be my guess.
Or it's going to be post-Secret Wars, and it's going to be
Where it's going to be a
introducing-
completely brand new team, all new
Yes.
actors.
It'll be
Okay.
introducing this new post kind of slight reboot type stuff, and it'll bring in, because it would make sense.
All I have to say is, I hope so. By the way, Don't You Eat Me Cows redeemed a dad joke. So who's got a good one?
Oh, I got one. Hold on one sec. I just
All right.
added a new one.
Ooh.
I won't say that I'm a fan of steampunk, but it is the healthiest way to prepare punk.
Ugh.
That's so terrible.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Oh, good. That was a good one. Yeah. So going back to what we were talking about there,
Were we talking about something?
we're
Erased
talking
my
about
memory.
like the whole mutants, like how they're going to be, showing up in the MCU. I hope upon hope that Keith is right, because that would be the ideal way to go about it. One of the things that I've been wondering for a long time, this is going all the way back to when we were first theorizing what was going to be in Phase 4. And we were wondering how they're going to integrate the mutants into all of this. But I don't... Looking at the decisions that they've been making so far, that doesn't feel safe. And that is why when you said you think they're going to take things slow with Wolverine, I instantly said no. No, they will not, because that is a cash cow for them. And that is why I'm worried that they're going to want to keep, showing us the Fox X-Men, because everybody knows them, everybody knows their faces, they know, that version of the X-Men. And I feel like Marvel, the way that they've been doing things so far, it's just too easy for them to play things safe. It would be ideal for them to recast all the roles, do things, new, and maybe they will. Maybe they will post Secret Wars. That'd be great. But for now, I just don't see them doing that.
And just so you know, don't eat me cows, we are not calling you a punk. Unless you are. We don't know.
How long will Hugh Jackman continue to play him?
As long as they keep writing those checks, I guess.
Till
he's
he's
90?
90. Okay. Done with the X-Men stuff. Hopefully we'll hear some more stuff about that going soon, but
Oh, we will.
the trailer for Daredevil Born Again Season 2 is ready and will be released in the coming weeks.
Nice. So we won't have to wait for the Super Bowl, huh?
No, I don't think they release.
It's coming out in March, so they got to get the hype level up. Yeah.
They got to start doing something, because we need to see some of this. They had one that they released at D23 or Comic-Con that they showed there that they never released. So I think we're definitely something's coming up. It's January. We got 2 months till March. We definitely need something.
Cool.
And Marvel Studios is reportedly still plans to make a sequel to the Fantastic Four after Avengers Secret Wars, and they want Matt Shankman back to direct. A lot of people were thinking that they were going to look for someone else because the Fantastic Four's first steps box office wasn't huge, but they think after people see him in Secret Wars and Doomsday, it'll build up a little more hype, maybe help the box office, and they liked the movie, which I did too. I thought it was really well done. And finishing up with Marvel on the greatest project ever, which is coming out at the end of this month.
Wonder Man.
Yes. So the rumor is they are not going to show us where his powers came from in this first season.
Okay.
Which makes sense to me, because we know in the comics he got them from Baron Zemo, and Baron Zemo in the MCU is anti-superpowers and a different character than what we got in the comics. So it makes sense. And you know what? I'm fine with that. They don't have to go through
Power broker.
They could do that 100%.
My God, where has she been? I need to see her.
Hopefully she'll be back. But from the trailer that Doug put in our Wonder Man channel on Slack, which is the greatest channel we got in all of Slack, always has. But, you know, it shows that it seems like the Department of Damage Control is going to be a villain in this. Kind of looking for, you know, we see actors, no one can have superpowers. And the more I watch it, the more I think that Simon Williams is trying to infiltrate this remake of the Wonder Man movie because he knows something's going on and he doesn't trust it. He's not really trying to be a big actor. He wants to be an actor, but he's using that to infiltrate this filming process to get to the root of what's really going on.
Oh, I thought you were going to say he was going to use it as a way to hide his powers.
I hope not. That would be weird if the entire show is him hiding
it's just
his powers.
special effects. Now, it is supposed to be 6 episodes, right? Or is it 8?
It's 8.
8 episodes. Okay, and they're all premiering at once.
They are all premiering January 27th, I believe, at 9 p.m., 6 p.m. Pacific time.
Oof, alrighty.
It'll be...
We've got some homework out of
Yeah,
us.
we got some stuff to do, but it'll be the best time we've ever had.
Yeah. It's nice to be busy.
It is. It is
Yeah.
nice. Okay, now the final rumor of the day. DC Studios is auditioning every up-and-coming young actress in Hollywood for a new female lead in Man of Tomorrow, which, according to the Rocha says, is Wonder Woman.
About time. I was worried that James Gunn was not going to be interested in doing anything with Wonder Woman for a while yet. So I am glad that, you know, I know that he's not the only one in charge. I know that it's he's a co-CEO with
Peter Safran.
Yes, thank you, with Pete Safran. So I know that obviously his isn't the only decision making going on, but I was worried that he wouldn't find her story interesting enough to tell it right now.
Well, and we have heard that the writer for Supergirl, Anna Noguera, is working on Teen Titans and a Wonder Woman script, and that
Nice.
they're fast-tracking the Wonder Woman script. So hopefully that's true because, you know,
So
hopefully
was
get an
Patty
actress-
Jenkins busy?
Yeah. She Rogue Squadron.
Oh, that's terrible.
She's actually touring the U.S., doing breakdowns of Wonder Woman 1984 and why it is a true masterpiece and sold out.
And don't worry, Doug. We got you a ticket. All right.
Oh yeah.
This isn't how we wanted to surprise you with it. But what are you doing January 5th at 8 p.m.?
I tell you guys, I will never forget when we forced ourselves to watch DC Fandom, a decision I don't understand. Why did we do that to ourselves?
We thought it was going to be good.
Only for them to vehemently say, just like, you have to see this in theaters. That is the only way to view Wonder Woman 84. It is a masterpiece that can't be seen on the small screen.
Flash fact.
I am so glad we didn't see that on the big screen.
Right? Could you? Oh man, my eyes would have rolled out of my head. So now that they are looking for folks to potentially play, they're going to bring Wonder Woman back. I am really looking forward to what this new iteration of Wonder Woman might be like. And I'll definitely be following this closely to see who they cast. I've got a couple of folks that I have thought would be good in the role. Granted, myself personally, I was looking at a couple of different.
We don't want you to play Wonder Woman, Doug.
No, I was looking at folks
Okay, cool.
that are in both MMA or in WWE, just because, my opinion, I just think Wonder Woman should be muscular. That's
So you're fan
he's
casting.
wrong. I am fan casting.
And
But again, I do not care what color the hair is. I don't care what color the eyes are. Oh Lord, somebody made that comment about there. I did see that there was already somebody fan casting a Wonder Woman, and literally one of the first things out of someone's mouth, Wonder Woman has blue eyes.
Because they can't
Funny.
change that.
First off, no one cares. But second, if they do, contacts exist. Chill.
I think Gal Gadot has brown eyes.
Yeah, again, right?
Don't you make
Who's
my
noticing
brown
this
eyes
stuff?
blue.
All right, thanks. We got the Debbie Boone impression here.
Thank you. No one even spent any channel points.
Oh.
Yeah, but I mean, once again, people will get upset about the silliest things.
Yeah.
So, you know what? Hopefully she can act.
Oh yeah, that's the key. That's why I was looking at, and I know
He's gonna say
Forgive
Ronda
me.
Rousey.
that's why I was originally looking at some of the younger females that are in WWE, and I know that's a stretch to say oh they're actors and actresses, but here's the thing: that's how we got John Cena, that's how we got The Rock. All of them came from this, and they eventually became actors. John Cena even said that I didn't know how difficult this was going to be, but I put my all into it. He says, it's nothing like when you're in the ring. He says, I was able to take some of that experience, but it's a whole new ball game actually acting for real. And so whoever it is that they pick, if they do go that route and they get somebody that's, used to doing that kind of thing, they'll have a little bit of work ahead for them. But if they do decide to go with somebody who's already an actor or an actress, then, hey, cool for that too. Just the only thing that I ask is don't screw the pooch and get somebody who doesn't portray the character correct. Just that's all we want. We want a good representation of this character.
Did you have any thoughts of your own?
I did, but I didn't like I had them open months ago, and then I never saved them, so I don't remember who it was that I was looking at the time.
Not Gina
But I'll tell you
Carano?
what, I will put them in our Slack, and I will remember to talk about them in our next stream.
Excellent. Excellent. Hopefully we get some more news about that coming soon. And like I was saying earlier, don't forget, we are back to Thursday, January 8th this week to talk about the 4th episode of Fallout. And then we're going to be back to 2 days a week, Thursdays and Mondays, for Fallout and A Night of the Seven Kingdoms. We're going to be reviewing Wonder Man early February. We got a lot going on, so we hope you come in all come and join us, because we love to have you guys chatting, especially you, Don't Eat Me Cows. So good to see you again, but should we find someone to raid, gentlemen?
I think we should. Let's see. Who do we have? Let's see. We've got I think this is a person we were watching last time. Somebody by the name of Jenna Loves, what is the full name here?
Pizza.
Jenna Loves Pizza.
Oh yeah,
Playing
And she's-
Fallout 4,
she's
but I
playing
think that
Fallout
was
4.
I think that was one of the folks that
Oh, wait.
said they didn't like the show.
That's right.
So
She did.
I do see two people that are being recommended. Actually, three people that are being recommended. There is somebody down in my channels that are currently live. One of them goes by the name of Dahlia the Hologram, that is currently playing Fallout New Vegas. And
Yep, I see
Stormfall 33 also playing Fallout New Vegas.
either one of those is good. And Don't Eat Me Cows asked, random, unrelated question, has the new Spider-Verse film come out yet? It has not. That is 2027. But
Unfortunately.
we cannot wait for that, because the first two were fantastic films. But yeah, unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, they're taking their time, making sure everything's good with that, so we get a quality film. If waiting till 2027 makes another great Spider-Verse film, then it'll be worth it. Do you want to
So
send me?
that-
Oh, you did.
Yep, Dahlia the Hologram. She's only got 28 people, so I think that'd be fun to join, playing Fallout New Vegas. And for all of you wondering, what are we talking about? What is this? This nerds talking about raiding somebody. What are the Vikings? No. Obviously, we're bears. And one Packer. And lions. And whatever. That was a football joke. Anyway, what we're doing is we're going to keep the party going, right? We may be done with our stream, but we've got other friends out there on Twitch that aren't. And so we're going to go hang out with them. We'll take all of you fine folks with us. And we're going to go check out Dahlia the Hologram playing Fallout New Vegas, which is heavily influencing Season 2 of Fallout, the TV show. So, we're going to go head over there. But for those of you that are watching us on YouTube, first off, thank you so much for joining us. We wouldn't be here doing this without all of you. So it is so cool that you are here watching us. If you have not already, please like the video. Subscribe to our channel on YouTube if you haven't already. Follow us on Twitch if you aren't already. And if you're watching us on mobile, there's a new feature on YouTube called Hype. So once you see this video, if you see it after the fact, make sure you hype the video. That's a good way to let the YouTube algorithm know, you know, as a small up-and-coming channel, that other people should check us out. And most important, this is super important. Keith mentioned this earlier. We want to hear from you. So what do you got to do? Get in the comments down below. And of course, we'll see you this coming Thursday right here on Not Your Status Quo. Hey fellow nerds, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you want to see more of this stuff, make sure that you check out our Twitch stream. We try to do these live Sunday or Monday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Keep an eye on our social media to find out when you can join in live and chat with us during these live streams. Also, as usual, don't forget to check out our other social media. Add us at Twitter, comment down below, and we'll see you next time right here on Not Your Status Quo.